What happens when a ruthless lion king kills his own son, and the queen fights back? This is a story of betrayal, survival, and a mother's sacrifice in the unforgiving wild. You won't believe what she does next. The fall of the prince and the rise of Su Mei. In the vast, sun-scorched plains of the savanna, one scent in the air can change everything. The Lion King, majestic yet feared, was drawn to a particular smell. It wasn't prey, nor danger. It was something deeper. He knew that soon, he would become a father again. This Lion King is called Shakama. His golden mane is thick with dust and blood, his eyes sharp like thorns. But what defines him most is his cruelty. He is not just a leader, he is a tyrant. Under Shakama's reign, the pride walked on eggshells. Every breath was measured, every glance calculated. No one dared challenge his rule, not even those closest to him. He was the god of fear, and his kingdom was carved from silence. But trouble came from where he least expected, from his own bloodline. Shakama's eldest son, once a curious and bright young cub, made a mistake that would change everything. He had wandered too close to his mother during a time of intimacy and emotion, perhaps just curious, perhaps seeking comfort. But in Shakama's eyes, this was betrayal. The king's reaction was instant and brutal. He lunged at his own son, claws flashing, fangs bared, not as a father, but as an executioner. The pride watched in frozen horror as the young prince was beaten, blooded, and banished. From that day on, the prince was not a lion, he was a ghost. No one spoke to him. His friends turned their backs. Even his brothers lowered their heads when he passed. Under the shadow of Shakama's wrath, no one dared to offer him so much as a look of sympathy. But in the heart of this cold world, one lioness stood tall. Su Mei, the queen of the pride and the mother of the disgraced prince, was the true soul of the family. Wise, compassionate, and fierce in her own way, she was more than just a mate to the king. She was a mentor, a guide, a protector of the young. What she saw broke her heart. So Su Mei did the unthinkable. She lured Shakama away from the pride. No one knows what she said, or how she calmed the storm inside him, but she returned alone, her dignity scarred, but her purpose strong. She had spared her son from death, though she could not spare him from exile. Days turned into weeks. The once proud prince wandered alone, a shadow of who he was. The pride moved on, but Su Mei never forgot. Her strength was tested again when she realized she was pregnant. She knew what she had to do. When her time came, she slipped away from the group under the cover of darkness. She trekked across the plains, through heat and dust, to find a place safe enough to give birth. And there, near the edge of a dying swamp, 2 cubs were born. Tiny, blind, vulnerable, they whimpered and nuzzled into their mother's warm belly. For a brief moment, Su Mei felt peace. She dreamed of returning to the pride with her new children once they were strong enough. A fresh start. A second chance. But the wild is cruel to those who hope. As Su Mei nursed her cubs, trouble came from the north. A group of young male lions, still learning the ropes of life, caught her scent. They were from the northern pride, also ruled by Shakama. These lions were playful, but ignorant. And ignorance in lions is dangerous. Drawn by curiosity, they approached. Su Mei sensed the threat immediately. She picked up one cub and began to move quickly, stealthily. But she was too late. The other cub, left only moments behind, was surrounded. The young males pounced, not out of hate, but instinct. To them, it was a game. They didn't understand the fragility of life. This tragedy wasn't new to Su Mei. She had seen it before. But this time, it was her own child. When she returned, the cub was already gone, lifeless and limp beneath the paws of his cousins. She didn't roar. She didn't cry. She simply picked up what remained of her strength and carried her surviving cub away, deeper into isolation. 2 births. 1 survivor. 1 soul crushed. These young lions, these cousins, meant no harm. Their behavior was a reflection of nature, wild, unpredictable, and often senseless. Unlike humans, lions don't think before they act. They don't feel guilt the same way. They are creatures of raw instinct. By the time Su Mei had ensured the surviving cub was safe, the damage had already been done. This time, she didn't return to the pride. She knew it would no longer protect her. She and her remaining cub vanished into the wilderness, leaving behind a pride shattered by power, by betrayal, and by silence. As the dry season rolled in, the earth began to crack. Green turned to yellow. Water holes vanished. Herds migrated, chasing the last whispers of life. The savanna was shifting. And without a strong, united pride, without Su Mei, without her lost sons, Shakama's rule began to decay. His kingdom, once built on fear, began to crumble. What remains now is a memory. A warning. A story whispered between lionesses under the stars. Of a king who killed his heir. Of a mother who fought back. And of a child who didn't survive the game. If this story moved you, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow Beastronova for more powerful wildlife tales. Every creature has a story. Let's uncover them together.